waiting anxiously. Oh, wow. That was very seductive.
I was not going for seductive. I was going for like, Ella from like Enchanted.
Oh.
Like
Well, it was enchanting seductive. No, seductively enchanting.
Wow. Okay. Welcome to Wine Chats with Bildo and Lindelin. My name is Bildo. I'm Billy Milovanovic, also known as Bildo.
My name is Lindsay Kirkwood, also known as Lindelin.
And as you will notice, this is an offensively funny podcast about drinking wine and chatting life, and Lindsay dressing like me.
We have the same tank top.
top.
I think everybody that can shop at Brisbane at Kmart in Brisbane or Australia right now has these tank
one of
tops.
these cute races.
Yeah. Multiple colors. Go check them out.
Just FYI, if you do happen to buy one at Kmart, make sure you have the right bra for it. That's all.
Yeah, Billy. Although, I fixed mine.
I mean, we'll get into that in a second, but I mean, maybe that you can segue into what our topic is about today, Lenny.
Maybe you can stop bossing me around, Billy.
Jeez.
God.
Oh, you know what, babe? You take your time.
First, I was going to do the wine.
I'm just going to sit back and relax.
No, I'll do the
in
topic.
my Ella Enchanted.
Right?
Miss.
Just be enchanting over there quietly. No, we're going to talk about things that make us uncomfortable.
Yes.
And
like shit bras.
right? Which we'll get into in a moment.
Yeah.
But first, to ease our discomfort, let's have some wine.
Good.
God, last week I was on this word train as well. I don't know what's happened.
Snaps.
I think maybe I should be an author. I don't know.
Oh.
Editor?
Keep going.
Podcaster.
Yeah. Keep moving. Keep moving on.
Okay. So, look, we are having a rosé today. It is, I giggle every time. Okay. So it's from Cedar and Pine Wine Bar here in a suburb in Brisbane. It's technically not Brisbane. It's Redlands. Anyways, it's Wynnum. Or is it Brisbane? I'm rambling. Cut all of that out.
Whoa.
I don't know. Let's start again. Sorry, YouTube. We're...
I didn't. I'm not cutting any of this.
Oh, great. So you just re-listen to that. Yeah. It's a rosé from Cedar and Pine Wine Bar in Wynnum, which is located near Brisbane.
Jeez, I wish you had done that to begin with, so I don't have to do all this editing.
I know, right? But their range, she is so fucking funny. So she's got all these funny ranges. So this range is the Dovorced AF range. So divorced as fuck range. And then on the label, she's put like, I guess, a name of the wine. Here's your 750. Shut the fuck up, Billy.
That's not what's on the label, by the way.
Should be. Here's your 750 mils property settlement.
I love it.
So funny.
Genius.
Which, I don't know.
What are you going to say? What is it bad?
Well,
it's offensive, isn't it?
No. I was going to say there's like neighbor friends that are going through a divorce and selling their house and
sell
stuff.
Them some wines.
Oh, but like maybe I should just go get them a couple bottles.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay. Well,
awkward.
On that uncomfortable note,
right? I know.
Lindsay,
It's all about being uncomfortable, Billy. We haven't had a rosé in a while.
I'm really fighting saying rosé all day because I know how much you love that phrase,
so gay.
But also how overused it is.
I can't say that. That just came out of that made me feel very uncomfortable saying that. I apologize. You should not be saying that, Lindsay.
I mean, unless you mean like happy. Oh God, stop. Okay, that I can edit out. Cut, probably. If I missed it, I'm sorry. I probably did.
Yeah, look, I don't know if...
It's her shoulder. Her shoulders, I presume. Okay.
That makes me very uncomfortable. Oh, God. Anyways.
Okay.
Let's just get some alcohol into us. I know. It's just because I don't want to cheers. I just want to drink and make my uncomfort... My uncomfort... Fuck.
Drink.
Me.
Drink, babe.
Okay. Which we're not going to... I know, we're not going to give our review quite yet.
I'm a little bit miffed, though, that we don't... As in from last week when we did our episode, I feel like we had a drink of the Merlot that we were drinking and I had so many thoughts and I had so much to say about it. And then by the time we got to the middle of the episode when we were actually reviewing it, I didn't say any of the things that I thought about it initially because I was just like, no, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's this, it's that. I didn't really get to give my full review. So I almost have to write notes at the beginning of the episode.
Why don't we just give 2 reviews? Our first instinctive thought of it and then after we've drank it for a little bit because it changes.
True.
So go girl, tell us.
It's a little bubbly. I feel bubbles on my tongue.
Really?
Yes.
Nope. Don't get the bubbles.
I have this like, it's very like soury and it feels like a very light bubble on there.
Okay.
How does it taste? It's a bit soury. It's nice.
Do you know what? I find it quite appropriate to have this wine, like a rosé for today with the rosé all day today.
There she is.
Due to our topic, because rosés actually make me feel uncomfortable in the sense of I don't know if I'm going to like it or not.
Right.
I'm not a huge rosé fan. And you know, when you go out for lunch with your friends,
I never.
Well, you never go out for lunch. Okay.
Also, never do that.
Yeah. It's true. Your friends as in me. Uh-huh.
Yeah. When I go out with my friends, we drink beer or Coke or something.
Ew. Gross.
Anyway.
But you know, like typically if you go out with a bunch of your girlfriends, you order bottles of rosé, blah, blah. I'm not a fan. I actually don't know if I'm going to like it or really, really hate it.
Yeah.
More so on the hating side. This isn't a bad wine, but I don't like it. I'm just being honest.
We'll give you our second impressions.
Which...
So that sometimes it changes, right? As 100%. You're drinking, shit changes. So let's hope for the best.
I'm sorry, it's nothing.
No, it's gonna be, but I think you got to be honest and like I said, like it. No, I didn't say that. Like, no,
but you will now.
I will. No, it's nice. It's decent. I don't know.
I'm sure the wine itself is a nice wine. I'm just not a fan of rosés.
Rosés, yeah. Okay. Mine just went down the wrong way.
Billy.
No, thank you. That makes me uncomfortable.
Do you know what else makes me uncomfortable? Is that I just got a new phone and I don't have my knob on it yet. I can't, how do people hold their phones without a knob on the back?
I don't know.
It's very uncomfortable. Okay, Bill, what is I'm just going to go straight in.
Let's do it.
What is your number one thing that makes you uncomfortable? Because I got to open up about mine.
Okay, I've discovered this recently and eye contact.
Oh, that's on the list that I Googled.
It's actually on the list that I Googled as well and I couldn't believe it was a thing. Even now when you're looking at me, like the thing is I realized that I look at lips when I speak.
Yeah, same.
I did not realize that so many people felt this way. And now like looking at, like, especially when we're so close and we're looking at like and then when I realize I'm looking at you in the eye, I can't look away because now it just seems like I'm looking down. It's so bizarre. So I actually found that recently, like the thing that's really been making me uncomfortable is that I've been trying more to look people in the eye when I talk to them.
Oh, nice.
When I watch movies, I've started to look the actors in the eyes and I'm like, holy shit. I never realized how much I really just look at people's lips when they speak.
Right. I'm like, why are you looking at the actors in the eye?
Because they look at their lips.
I see why. Yeah.
And so now when everybody's wearing masks as well over COVID and everything like that, like I even find it difficult like hearing people because I rely so much on seeing their lips. But actually making full eye contact, even during sex. I don't know if anybody makes eye contact during sex. That shit is freaky, man.
No, it's weird.
And it's almost like seeing each other at like a random spot and you're seeing each other and it's like, oh, hey.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing here? Yeah.
Like I know I've done it a couple times and then we kind of like almost like smile at each other like, oh, this is awkward.
Yes.
Like, oh, hey.
What are you doing to me?
Hi.
What am I doing to you? Yeah, right?
It is just
Billy's humping my couch for those who can't see.
Yeah, I just find it really confronting.
100%.
Really confronting. So you know when they say those like things where you should just look at each other in the eyes for 3 minutes and just not look away and not, you know. I actually want to almost try that with Henry just to see will that bring my uncomfortableness level down a notch. I mean, I'm getting a little bit better because I'm actively trying. But again, even like looking you in the eye right now, I'm like, hey,
I know
it's so like full on.
And you know what? Like I've had, say you have a friend over for a cup of tea or just to chat, whatever. And it's just like the two of you. I have noticed that as well. I feel very uncomfortable if I'm talking and I'm looking at that person. Say Amy's over, whatever. Just use her as an example. And I'm just looking at her straight in the eyes, chatting. I'm like, this is weird. This is weird. I need to look away. But then if I look away, what is she thinking? Is she going to sense my awkwardness? Like it's a thing.
Yes.
100%. Yeah.
It's also like during conversation when I'm looking at, like when I realize I'm not looking at people's eyes.
Yeah.
And then I finally look up. I'm like, oh my God, I can't look away. Like you were saying about something unrelated before, but it's almost like you're so exposed you can't hide. Right. Like there's no way, like you can't then suddenly be like, I don't know.
It's awkward to look away.
Yes.
It's uncomfortable to look at the person and then it's uncomfortable to look away.
Anyway. So that's probably at the top of my list right now, but I do have a little
list. Mine that makes me feel uncomfortable, and Cameron hates this, is I cannot receive compliments. And I know a lot of people.
That's on my list.
Yeah. Which they're quite common.
Yes.
Things. But I really actually, I don't like them. And it kind of causes issues between Cameron and I because, like, side note, I'm very happy. Same with you. Like, we're very lucky, we should say. Like, our husbands want to bang us all the time. Not because they have penises, we have vaginas. But they genuinely find us attractive.
We are genuinely sexy.
To them. Because, there's a lot of marriages, I'm assuming, and partnerships that maybe that isn't apparent as often as it is in our relationships. I'm trying to be nice.
Ugly people get married too, is what she's trying to say.
No. It has nothing to do with the looks. I'm saying how Cameron looks at me like he still finds me very attractive in many different ways.
Still wants to put his dick in you. Yes.
Yeah.
Very much.
So he compliments me on a regular basis. And I am such a bitch back. Not because I'm trying to be a bitch, but my uncomfortableness with it. I always say something really dumb like, oh yeah. Or like, ew, no, I'm not. Or like, what? I wear this all the time. Or like, I just sound like such a fucking cow back to him there where he doesn't compliment me. Aww. He'll go through phases where he'll stop complimenting me.
Because then why the fuck would he? It's like you get angry at him. Why would he do it?
100%. And that's what he says.
Yeah.
But I try to, like, you explain yourself, but he just hears, bitch.
He's that all the time anyway, regardless of,
in a Canadian accent. But yeah, for you?
Same, like, 100%. But the difference is I like being complimented. I feel like I'm one of those, like, my love language, if you will, is like words of affirmation. No, that's not what I'm saying. Like
affection?
Probably, yeah, that's probably it.
Oh no, what's that word? Yeah, I know what it...
It's not affirmation, but it's like words of... Anyway, you know what, scientists? Fuck off. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But like, as in, I need that constant reassuring, like... It's going to bug me. Constant, good words and compliments coming at me. Like, even if I cleaned the floor today, I would love for him to just be like, wow, you did such a good job there. So it could be compliments in any given way. So that, to me, that's like my love language. But then when he does say something like, oh, you look beautiful tonight, I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
Like, stop it.
Ew. No,
like,
don't.
Yeah. But we need to learn how to accept compliments. But then do you also find when you hear somebody getting complimented, like this happens to me all the time when I see a beautiful girl and somebody will be like, oh my God, I love your dress. Or you look so beautiful. And they'll go, oh, thanks.
Ew, no.
Like, bitch.
I don't like that when people compliment me.
I don't like that either.
I always rebuttal with, oh, thanks. I got it from wherever I do that too.
It's almost like, oh, thanks. But it's just, I just did my hair. So that's why, or I'll have a friend, message me on something and be like, oh, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, ew, it's just smoke and mirrors. Don't worry about it.
It's a filter.
Knowing full well that I'm really beautiful. No, but I find I don't know how to accept compliments. It's really hard.
Me neither. But you made a good point. Like internally,
yes,
I love it.
Yes,
it makes me feel like, oh, like yes,
yeah,
yes,
look at it.
Yeah,
yeah.
But my mouth is not making it.
So then how do you, that's the thing, because I feel like I judge people who accept compliments, but then I don't know I can't be harsh about it either because I want more of them.
Do you know what I try to do? I've tried to make it simple for me if and when Cameron compliments me, just to say, oh, thanks. Like, just leave it like, I know, just the basic, like, oh, thanks.
Okay.
Walk away. I know, it sounds so lame.
But I know, but it is. It's like without being like a dick about it back.
Yeah. Acknowledging it. Being appreciative.
Not being an asshole about it, yes.
Not being an asshole. Speaking of being an asshole, okay. I did some research about like some things that make people feel, that uncomfortable.
Wow.
No. But where is it? It was, okay, I do this.
Okay.
All the time. Like I'm on the bad side. So wait for it, the suspense. Okay. So oh my God, I'm just rambling. Spit it out. I know. Yeah. I'm sorry, YouTube. Okay. So it's relating every story back to you. So say you're right? Okay.
Yes.
I've been very aware that I do this for many years now. But I do it because I'm trying to either sympathize or empathize or like make the person feel good about themselves or like make it like normalize it, whatever.
Yep.
So say you go, oh my God, I chipped a nail. Oh my God, I did too. Doesn't it fucking suck? Obviously, it can be on a bigger level than that.
Yes.
But apparently that's a thing that makes people feel uncomfortable.
And I do the same thing. I think we all do a level of that because like what you said, it's something to relate to. As in, I'm telling you, I understand your pain from chipping your nail because I've done that too just last week. So it's almost like I relate to that in that sense. But I'm conscious of it that I do the same thing and I always try and bring it back to them. As in like, I'll receive that ball, I'll tell you my little story, but then how did you do yours and are you okay? You know, so but I know that people do that and I know I've notoriously been bad at that. And my mum will always make fun of me because then every time she's like, oh, my head hurts, I'll be like, oh my God, my head hurts too. And she's like, bitch, like, can you not? Like,
and it can be seen as being vain. Like as I was reading through this and I'm like, 100%, I get why people would do that. I guess I would, or think that, I guess it depends on how you rebuttal, right? Like if you were to say, oh, I broke my nail and you're like, oh my God, me too. Look at it.
And then go on and on without, you need to send the tennis ball back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a horrible person. I can't take compliments. I
mean, we knew that, but are we just getting to that now?
Billy,
no,
stop
do you know
it.
who are horrible people? No, I wasn't going to say the whole of Asians. But no, I was just in Jakarta over the weekend. And I was in Jakarta over the weekend. I went to a wedding.
You said Justin. I'm like,
nope, not Justin.
Blah, blah, blah. Go.
No, and I was getting my hair done. And legit, as this man was doing my hair, he kept burping.
Ew!
Like proper openly burping.
Like belching or just like indigestion, like little quiet ones in his mouth?
No, like he would just burp. And then I'd be like, what the fuck? Because that's so to us, like we don't burp. We are very, we're cultured people. So to me, when like he's like doing my hair and just be like, just a casual like burp, and no, look, not one person,
That's
not one
gross.
other person
No,
would
no,
be
no.
like looking at him funny. It's such a normal thing for them to kind of, and I've heard that happen like a million times over. So I would say, or like when you see somebody like, again, I hate to blame this on that type side of the world, but like I've seen people like cut their nails on buses and stuff. Like it just seems like
they do.
People cutting their nails on buses and in public transport. Like it just seems like such an open thing to do in some of those countries. Whereas here it's like,
faux pas.
Excuse me, can you please do that at home and not let fucking nails fly all over the bus?
But stop talking because that'll make me vomit
disgusting.
in my mouth. But even doing them in your home. So Cameron was cutting his toenails the one night, and our houses are very close to one another. And my neighbor messaged and said, "Is Cameron cutting his nails outside?"
Hey, that is the privacy of my own home, please.
But he wasn't inside. I forget where he was.
He must have been on like somewhere
on the back deck or out. It was someplace where it was a little bit like crossing the line, like to the neighbor. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Dude. I've told him before that he shouldn't cut them there. Yeah. I wonder. Oh, maybe it was. Anyways, doesn't matter where it was, but wherever it was,
whatever it was, it was very loud, and the neighbors were disturbed.
It was loud enough and crossing the line enough where she's like, "Hey, is Cameron cutting his nails?" Yeah, gross. Oh, well, but it's true. Like,
gross, man.
That's gross. Anyway. Gross. Do you know what else? This is going to sound very surprising.
Here we go.
I don't like the attention being solely on myself.
Yes, like when you're walking down the aisle at your wedding and everybody's looking at you. That's the one time I remember thinking, oh my God, everybody's looking at me and it's all about me and I hate this.
Well, yes, but it's kind of, it goes hand in hand for the wedding.
Yes, but I just didn't expect it. I don't know why.
Wow.
Like how I would feel when everybody turned to look at me. And then I was like, hey guys.
Oh, wow. I didn't
like
shave my armpits.
Yes. Yeah, that too. I forgot to shave my armpits for my wedding. It's true.
That made all your guests
very uncomfortable. I think so too. Anyway. Yes,
no, really, I don't like it solely on me. I don't mind when we've talked about this before, like you and I are like each other's comfort blanket thing.
Totally.
No, I don't like the attention solely on me.
No, I don't like it either.
No.
I don't know what to do with it. It's like, when it's my birthday, it's like, for myself personally, I love my birthday, but I hate all the messages I get because I feel like everybody's just like pouring all this attention on me.
Yeah.
And as much as I'm like, I guess to some level an attention seeker, because here I am, I also like it to be kind of like, in the background. Like I don't want it to be so in my face.
Yeah. Oh, okay, fine. I'm never going to send you one again. Okay, Billy, this one is a bit of a... Oh, wait. Shall we do the wine before we get into this one?
I mean, should I be in the shot before we do this?
No. God.
Yes, let's do the wine. Has your opinion changed?
I'm not just saying this, but slightly.
Yeah.
Slightly. I'm still not a huge rosé fan. I would never order a glass. I would never order a bottle. It's nice.
Look, it's not the worst of them. Certainly, it's not. It's a wine. It's Nice. I think if you're, and this is more peachy than like rosy. That's the only other thing I can add to that. Not bad. I feel like I'm trying to think, if this was a white wine, would I feel any differently about it? Because I feel like knowing it's a rosé, maybe. And because you said, you know, you don't like, maybe like that kind of impressed on me to have like a negative opinion. I'm just not like, I'm not wowed. I'm not anything. Yeah. I'm just kind of like, okay, well, I'm just drinking wine.
I just don't like rosé.
See, that's it. And now I'm like, well, I don't like rosé either then.
Can you think for yourself?
Well, I can't. That's
oh my God. Okay. Look, I'm sure if you like rosé, it is a delicious drop. Do you know what really makes me uncomfortable?
Do tell.
I'm going to. This is actually a little bit awkward. So I have no problems being a stay-at-home mom. I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Anybody that's followed us knows that this is...
And a professional podcaster.
Right. I have no problems with that. I'm not insecure about it. It's just I don't have a career. You know, when you meet someone, oh, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
I hate that. Why are you asking me what I do? I hate people asking me that.
Well, look, I don't mind, because when you meet someone for the first time, you're trying to get to know them and trying to like paint a picture. Yeah. So I don't mind necessarily being asked. The uncomfortableness starts to tick over at that point, because like, especially if you're in a group and someone says, oh, I'm a dentist, I'm a beautician, like whatever. And it doesn't even have to be something high rolling, like just job, a thing, an item. And I say, oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom. What really gets me is when they say, oh, that's the toughest job of them all. Because I find it's really condescending. I really do. And I feel like it actually makes me feel worse about being just a stay-at-home mom. Do you get it?
Oh, no, I don't. Because I feel like they're trying to. It's true. I get it. I'm just trying to work it out. Like, I feel like they're trying to almost like make you feel better about being a stay-at-home mom. So they're saying like, oh, but that's such a tough job. So like they're trying to like not take it away from you that it's a tough job. But on the other hand, it is a bit dicky.
But why do they have to make me feel better about being stay-at-home
exactly
mom? That's what I'm saying.
Totally. I get that. It is condescending.
It just kind of, it's like, oh, fuck, here we go.
And then you almost have to explain yourself. Like, I feel like that's the thing. And this is why I hate the question, because it's almost like when people ask me, like, do I say I'm a teacher aide? Because that's the thing that brings me money, because that's kind of what you want to know. Because if I say I'm in podcasting, then they're like, oh, you know, then they ask weird questions. And I don't know. I feel funny about that too, because I don't have like a career I can hang on to. So to me, who I am and what I do doesn't actually hang on the fact that I have this giant career, because I don't. Yeah. So it's a weird question to me anyway. Like, what do you do? Like, I don't know. I hang out. I'm a nice person. I like to make people laugh. I like, you know what I mean? Like, not like I don't want to. Well, that's it. Like, I would rather you ask me like, who am I? Who are you? What's your vibe? Rather than like, oh, what do you do? Because apparently when somebody says, oh, I'm a this, that's what they are.
Yeah.
But I don't like that.
Your explanation made me uncomfortable, because it was so in depth. I get what you're saying, but can we bring it back to me?
I just love to make stories about me. I don't know what to tell you.
You're so fucking vain.
Can I say what makes me uncomfortable? Is it my turn to speak yet?
You may go. Yes. Go, Bill. Go, 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 go.
Silences. Lulls in conversation.
Yeah, totally.
Right. And I mean, those make everybody feel uncomfortable. But the things that happen in my head when that happens is I have to fill that silence. But then whatever comes out of my mouth can be so fucking awkward sometimes.
Yes.
I say weird shit.
You do.
Straight up. I remember a handful of times where I've tried to fill a silence. And when I'm on, I'm on. Like, I'm witty. I'm adorable. It's great. But when I'm off...
awkward.
It is so awkward.
Can I cut in?
Yes.
Not to be
if you have any specific examples, if you can remember.
No, but I've experienced many too many to have listed. But it's just I love you
too many times.
But we've been friends for a long time. Let's just say that.
It's like been 16 years, right?
There's many examples to make. But you do. Yeah.
I make things extra awkward. Like, and so I've actually, to me, I've had to learn to let the silences. I do not have to fill every silence in the world.
You don't.
So
I was just filling yours in.
But that's okay. I feel like that's fine. All right. What's on your little list? Oh, I have a good one.
Oh, go.
Initiating sex.
Yeah, that sucks. That's so uncomfortable.
Awkward is initiating sex.
So awkward.
Goofy ass people like us.
100%. We say all the time, we're not sexy people. Like, yes, we're decent looking.
That we are beautiful people, that we've been given these gorgeous, sexy vessels. But I don't know what to do with this gorgeous, sexy vessel.
Our vessels sink all the time trying to be sexy. We cannot be sexy. Like, it's not in our blood. Like, we just need to, when we first started this, we were like, okay, what's our brand? Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, straight up, we're not going to be those sexy people. Like, we are going to look stupid.
Can't be.
No.
We can't be, because to me, sexy is a vibe. Like, some people are just like born with this like lusciousness. I don't even know what it is with this like, you know, like sexy vibe. But when I like the thought of me dressing up in lingerie and initiating sex.
I'm even laughing.
I know, it's like so stupid. Like, what do I do? Oh my God. And the amount of times I've shown up and I have this goofy face to be like, hey. You know, and then he's just like, what are you doing? Like,
right? Yes.
And I've also learned, again, that I just shouldn't speak when I'm trying to initiate sex, because the shit that I say is like, I want to get your dick sucked. Or so I don't even know, like, oh, can I put your D in my, I just have no.
It's a case of like actions speak louder than words for us.
I should just shut the fuck up, put it in my mouth and just be done with it.
Yep. Last night, I had promised.
You tried to initiate sex?
Well, I'd promised Cameron, I'm like, I'll pay attention to you tonight. Oh, God, it's so much work. But anyway.
Sexy. You see how sexy that was?
And then as I roll my eyes, what's happening? So, we put the kids to bed and waiting for them to fall asleep, whatever. And I'm like, okay, all right, it's go time. So he's on the couch and this is me. Like, he would love for me to just come and like straddle him on the couch or like stand in the doorway and say, hey babe, come to the bedroom or whatever. But I go up to him and I punch him on the arm like do. And I said something like, come on, big guy, let's go. Let's get it on. It was so embarrassing. I don't even like, my mind has erased it because it was so
I just do not want to remember.
Nah. And like, I can't.
I get it.
But do you know what he takes from that? Because I'm always like that. If I mean, how often do I initiate sex to begin with? But if and when I do, like, it actually makes him feel like I really am just so totally not interested, because I'll be like, all right, come on, jump on. Quick, let's have a quickie. You got 2 minutes.
That's it. If you were just to do all that without speaking, our lives would be so much easier, because I do the same shit. It's like, just like you said, grab him by the hand, take him to the bedroom, sit him down. It does not have to be that complicated. It doesn't have to be fancy. Sometimes I've taken to like putting on something cute and then just like lying on the bed.
Oh,
silently. Because I cannot, as soon as I open my mouth, it's like, hey, check me out, I shake my legs, and he'd just be like, why do you have to fucking say that? Like, why can you just not?
2 hours later, because he's been watching TV on the couch. Billy's sleeping and drooling.
I did that once. Remember that story?
I remember.
Let's go back to episode number 1 of season 1 about lingerie tales, because my mum bought me, I was 5 months pregnant, she bought me like $500 worth of lingerie. Anyway, awkward, uncomfortable. Talk about uncomfortable fucking shopping trips, being 5 months pregnant, going to honey bed date with your mum. Anyway, and I did that where he was having a nap in the lounge room thing. We were away on holiday, and I went into the bedroom. I put on my stockings with my, what are they called? Those suspender things.
Yeah.
Right? Put all the get up in there, and then I just lied on the bed. And I didn't want to call him. I just figured, eventually he's going to come in and just see it. And hopefully that'll I won't have to do any more.
100% job done. Yeah.
And so I did. And about like half an hour later, he'd woken up from his nap, and then he was like, what are you doing in here? Like, I thought you were like, he was like, I thought you were napping or something. I'm like, I wasn't fucking, I'm here waiting for you sexily. I just don't want to ruin the moment. Anyway, I think it worked that one time. We had sex, so it must have.
I can just picture you.
But it is. It's like, but to be honest, it's not like they're so sexy when they approach us with
sex.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're doing anything, but they're also not being like, hey, babe, you want me to... Well, I don't even... If he said the stupid shit that I say...
Oh!
He would never get sex. I'll just be like, dude.
The double standards are high.
Oh, outrageous.
Ridiculous.
We should do a double standards episode.
Yes. Oh, yes. Not that this applies to us, but so this is a list that I found of some things that make people uncomfortable. Sitting too close to someone. I mean, if you don't like them and know them, but like we're basically on top of each other on the couch right now.
OnlyFans.
Yeah. Seriously. I would do an OnlyFans page, like if it wasn't sexual. Like if we chose, no, I know that came out wrong. Like if we chose, like we'll do it on our eyelashes.
She's getting so much closer, you guys. She's getting so much closer to opening up an OnlyFans account with me.
Yeah, if you want to like see things of my eyeballs.
I still think we should do feet. They're so simple and easy. I
know, but I have a bunion. Bunny,
people
love
that shit. I'm telling you, people love that shit. There are people out there who look for like granny undies to buy, man. Like people are gonna love fucking bunions. Are you kidding me?
Add it to the list.
Niche in itself.
Add it to the list for 2023. Okay, standing too close when
OnlyFans feet account.
Yeah. Hey,
Bonnie the Bunion.
Maybe she could be the feature star.
That's what I'm saying. You should just highlight her instead of hiding her.
Okay. Standing too close when talking. That's a given, right? These are all like pretty normal, common ones. Looking at others while talking.
Yeah.
That was yours. Yeah. This is another thing that I do. Always saying I'm busy. But I say it because like I feel like my world is busy. Yeah. So this is like always saying that they're busy. Pause. Play some music. Let's go on to the other one. Like I guess if someone's asking them to do something, it's like I'm busy. Like it puts them too high up. Like they're better than you. Like
okay, next.
Yeah. No. Kermit the Frog because he's there. Seeing others anxious.
Oh, well, you do not want to hang out with me. I mean, I'm good now, but I'm also often anxious.
Yeah.
I have another one.
Oh, go.
And then maybe we can go to the one that we received on Insta as well before we wrap it
definitely.
up.
Yeah.
I legit feel uncomfortable when I'm super dolled up.
Oh, okay. What do you mean?
Do you feel that?
No.
Is it just me?
Just you.
It kind of goes back to how goofy I am when initiating sex. Just generally speaking, and not liking compliments, right?
Right.
Because when I dress up, I mean, sex bomb people. Like
totally. You're gorgeous. Right? Stunning.
No, joking.
No, I'm not.
Well, semi, but... Do you not make that face when I'm talking about how gorgeous I am when I doll up?
You are. And Billy, I know, right? She's now making the face.
What?
Look, it's her again. I'm just going on Insta to find our comment.
And what, does that make you uncomfortable?
It does. It does.
Social media content when it's so confronting.
Do you know what? Like, so we follow, I don't want to say who it is and I won't, but we follow an account that's all about like dildos and sex, not really toys, but like splash blankets and things like this. Anyways, there's like a new coming blanket thing.
Yeah, I find whole free bleeding movement where you can like put a blanket in your bed and you can just free, like instead of using tampons or pads, you can just free bleed. Anyway, yeah, it's very confronting. Social media
is. Go ahead, Billy. I'm so sorry. I don't want to be rude. Continue.
That was a really bad timing for what I was trying to say. But anyway, when I get really dolled up, I just feel like it's wearing me. I'm not wearing it. I don't enjoy the idea of looking like a fucking peacock. Like I just... Like if I'm wearing heavy makeup, I just feel like everybody's looking at my face, seeing how caked everything is. Like if I'm wearing something like cute or like fancy with nice shoe, I just feel like.
But if they're looking at you because you look beautiful.
Yeah, but it makes me feel funny
because it's the compliment thing again, right? Yeah,
it's the compliment thing. But I also feel like my spirit animal is a sloth. Okay, it's not a really pretty peacock. You know, so I feel like I don't like peacocking. I don't like.
Okay.
Like I like people to like me, but I don't want to know about how much like they're like, wow, what, you know, I don't know. It's not even that people's reaction. It's actually just my own internal feelings about looking dolled up. I don't feel like I'm the kind of person who likes like. Right.
Now, wait, I need clarification. So when you're all dolled up like that, you don't like to feel like you're on display, like with people looking at you, or you just don't feel comfortable being dolled up in general?
Don't feel comfortable being dolled up in general.
Oh, right. Really?
Yes.
See, I love being dolled up.
Yes, I know. And so when we go out or something, it takes me such a long time to put myself together because I'm like, I need to be comfortable.
Right.
But I want to doll up. So it's like this balance between like, how do I look good and feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Because otherwise I just feel like it wears me.
Right.
Like I couldn't go into somewhere like Camilla and buy myself a really beautiful dress and wear it because I'd just be like, it's on me.
Yeah.
You know, I feel funny.
And you have said that even a couple blouses, which are nothing fancy of mine, but you're like, oh my God, I wouldn't be able to wear that. It'd be wearing me. Yes. You've said that quite a few times.
Big jewelry or something like that, like statement things. I can't. It just makes me feel funny. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to be a great famous person. You'll see.
Speaking of being dolled up, because you'd have to spend money. So we had a response. This was quite interesting because this is a whole different like take on the typical like not looking at each other, blah, blah. Money. all the expectations, assumptions, and rules that go with it. It's a good
that
viewpoint.
Is a really good
and it's
response.
True, right? Like
yeah.
even your comments to me, which they don't bother me at all, but like, you're so fancy,
About
you're so rich.
being
blah,
so
blah.
rich.
Yeah.
She is, it's true.
Which I don't care you saying it at all. And people don't, because I'm not.
Yeah.
Not. But it's a good point, not putting it back on me, just putting it on
Lindsay, can we talk about me for a second, please?
No, in general. It is. Like, there's an assumption if, like, oh, well, you live in this suburb, so you must be rich.
See, I don't have that problem because nobody looks at me in my burb thinking I'm rich. And yes, I do make fun of Lindsay being rich all the time. I make little comments. It's snide remarks, this and that, absolutely. But I always feel like we've had a really nice thing with money between you and I where... You can be as rich as you want. Yeah. There's never been any hang-ups or anything like that. So that we know I'm just joking. It would never be whatever.
It's never a thing when you say
it's never a thing because I don't feel it genuinely.
Yeah.
But I do understand that people do make remarks like that. I know that it can come between people, especially like I've always thought to myself, if I won the lottery and had like millions of dollars suddenly, like how do you have that money and share that money without people getting greedy on you, without having to have those discussions? Money talks with friends and with family in general can be really touchy subjects.
Oh God,
so it's absolutely a really good point. Like I honestly don't feel it and don't really think too much about it. But
even to, sorry.
No, I've just said, but I can see that it's absolutely something that would make people very uncomfortable.
Totally. Even to spin it in a different way too. Like if you're out with some friends or like family, whatever, and you make way more money than them and some people will assume that you will pay for them.
Right.
You know, that could be a different spin on it too.
See, again, rich people problems.
Okay, quickly, we got to wrap it up, but we didn't talk about the bra. Okay,
right.
Just quickly. So we have these little racer tank tops on, which like I hate wearing strapless bras. They're just uncomfortable, especially when you're hot and sweaty and they slide down.
We've got big boobs as well, to be fair. Well, so it's like I feel like mine sits down here. Yeah.
So this morning I put on and I couldn't stand seeing my nude bra. So I put on the one and only bra I have that you can like detach the straps and like cross them over. Wait a second, I don't. My strapless does that as well. Why did I not get the straps out for my strapless? Anyways, I tried to get myself into this one. First of all, it's super tight. So I'm super uncomfortable. I get the boob bulge from it because it's crisscross. I hate boob bulge. Should be illegal. Like 100%.
Somebody arrest this woman.
Right? But the straps only detach from the back. And with the way I put my bra on and my dodgy shoulder, you should have seen me trying to crisscross the straps this morning, and I just feel super claustrophobic right now.
Wait, wouldn't you crisscross before you put it on?
No, because no, they don't detach from the front, just the back.
Yes.
So but then it's a normal clasp. So to weasel in like as a t-shirt?
So you
I wouldn't be able to
it and then clipped it back yourself?
No, you can't clip it from the front.
No, I know, from the back. So but
if you did it up before, I don't do my bra up.
Because I had the same thing. I'm sorry, I know we're running like fully out of time.
Yeah.
I tried the same thing this morning. It didn't work, but I had to just shimmy into it.
I can't with my shoulder. I can't with my shoulder.
Okay, well, on that uncomfortable note,
let's go.
Thank you so very much for joining us for this very uncomfortable episode. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Hi.
Where you're watching now. So please join us, email us. You can email us onechatspodcast@gmail.com. Also find our website, onechatspodcast.com.
Rate, subscribe, review. We got to go. I got to take my bra
That's it. Okay. Chat.
Soon?
Chat. For God's sake.
Soon.
Chat soon. Oh my God.
No, I don't want to say it. I want to take my bra
That was really uncomfortable.